The title of this video probably doesn't mean what you think it means, so don't rush to that dislike button. But it's also technically true, so I did not clickbait you. So again, don't rush to the dislike button. Vegans have a tendency of saying that veganism is the good thing to do, that it's the moral thing to do. But it's not. It's the neutral thing to do. Like, consider what neutrality means on moral issues. Neutrality on moral issue means to neither support nor oppose a given issue. In general, people, vegan or not vegan, tend to view eating animals as the morally neutral thing to do. But it's not. Consider what's going on when we eat animals. We actively fund these industries. We fund these industries that are responsible for massive animal suffering. Like, we've clearly chosen a side there. We've chosen the side which causes animal suffering. How can that be neutral? Now consider what we're doing when we just go vegan. We're just saying to these industries, look, you're not going to get my money anymore to do these terrible things to these innocent animals. That's all. We've just chosen neutrality when we just go vegan. A lot of people have the habit of saying that, I'm going to think about this issue of veganism that you bring up, but while doing so, while I'm thinking, I will continue to eat animals. And if it turns out that I must go vegan, then I will go vegan. But the thing is that the default position cannot be violence. While you're thinking about whether or not you have a justification to cause unnecessary, unimaginable animal suffering, the default thing to do while you're doing that is not to be eating animals still. The default thing to do there is to say, you know what, I don't have ample justification right now, so until I can come up with a justification for contributing to this unnecessary industry, I'm going to withhold my funding from that industry. Basically, if you're unsure about this matter, you should be neutral on it and you should be vegan. Okay, so that's about veganism being the morally neutral thing. So, what is the morally positive thing? Well, it is to oppose animal suffering and exploitation. And you can do this in a number of ways. The most obvious thing to do is you can do your own activism. That's one way. Or you can do something similar to what you were doing when you were causing animal suffering. Now, what you could hypothetically do is you could give your money to the side that tries to end animal exploitation. So here are a few ways. You can donate to sanctuaries, the most obvious way. You can invest your money into research for lab-grown meat. That's another way. And this is going to sound a bit self-serving because maybe it is. But you could also give your money to advocates and activists such as myself if you think we're doing good work. Like, for example, the reason I am able to make the videos that I do make is almost completely because of the support and kindness of my patrons. Now, it doesn't have to be me. You can give your money to any other activist or advocate, but that's surely one way that you can help out this movement, and so forth. You see, we tend to view veganism and carnism on a spectrum, but this is an incomplete spectrum. The complete spectrum is supporting and participating in carnism, and on the other side, opposing and trying to end carnism. Veganism is right in the middle, right? It's the neutral thing. Before I end this video, I must state that I do believe that you should only have to be neutral on moral issues. Being neutral is the moral obligation. Did I just raise an eyebrow? You see, it's simple because there are just so many moral issues. You could not possibly be fighting to end them all, but you could be neutral on all of them. That is to say, you could, at the very least, be not contributing to them when you have the option not to. So while I do maintain that veganism is the morally neutral thing, it is just the morally neutral thing, it is also just veganism that is the moral obligation. Doing vegan activism and giving your money to activists and sanctuaries and funding lab-grown meat, These are all good things. These are all morally good things. But it's not necessary for you to do those things. It is not necessary for you to become a vegan activist. It is not necessary for you to give your money to sanctuaries and activists and funding lab grown meat. Those are moral virtues, not moral obligations. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let's discuss this in the comments. I'll be in the comment section for a while after publishing this video. And if you think that I am doing good work, then you could support me too. And I'll be incredibly grateful for that. And you can do that by clicking here. This is the video that YouTube thinks you like the best, and I'll see you in the next one.